Hi, my name is Aldo Sen, and this is the Animation Club podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing with William Rawlings, who is a VFX artist and a 3D animator, but now currently works at a multimedia design company. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing what his journey is like, of how he became the artist that now he is, and I hope you get to know more and better, and I hope you enjoy this listen. So I'm going to start now, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, nah, super chill.
Okay, so first of all, welcome to the Animation Podcast, Animation Club podcast. So far, like it's been a while since I've done a new episode. So say hi, William.
Cool. So yeah, hey, I'm William. I'm a multimedia designer, video editor, and VFX artist from South Africa. Yeah, I currently mostly work in advertising, couple of sort of small freelance projects for film as well. Um, yeah, I'm pretty into gym, very big into video games, especially the competitive ones, Dota 2, Counter-Strike. I've clocked an abominable amount of hours. Actually, I worked it out the other day. It comes to about 12% of my waking life is spent playing those video games, which is pretty terrible. But yeah, it's a good time.
For the people who don't know how I met William, before I did postgraduate, I did animation film in bachelor's for 3 years, and I think on the third year, St. Lucas, the school that I studied, started to implement like international students. So I think like it was like not the beginning semester, but like middle semester, if you remember correctly, William.
Yeah, it was middle semester for you guys. It was the end of the year for me
Ah,
because
yeah.
you guys start in like July, September, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think that's where I met Williams. Williams his work and also his like Instagram stuff. I'm going to put some images of his Instagram like on the screen if you can see it. How did you become like a visual effects geek, or how can I?
No, like how did I get into it?
Yeah, how do you get like into like VFX and stuff and 3D modeling?
Yeah, it's actually been quite a long journey here. As a kid, I was always like I was a really nerdy kid, you know. I stayed at home and played video games with my friends every weekend. My brother as well. We spent like thousands and thousands of hours playing COD and Halo and stuff growing up. And that's where I sort of got started with the idea of going into a creative career because I was pretty passionate about game design. I enjoy video games and I wanted to do something that kind of involved them for a living. Like me and my best friend in school, the whole way through, we designed 3 or 4 different video games. We only actually started trying to produce them in grade 10, which is like our second last year of high school. Yeah, if the grades sound wonky, it's because I'm from South Africa. I don't know how your grading systems and stuff work there. Yeah, we designed a whole bunch of them. We've still got all the notebooks and stuff.
Oh,
Hopefully one day we'll go back and design it properly. Towards the end of high school, the subjects I was doing, I think it was art, IT, and science. And I was really good at art and IT, but a bit shit at math. So I didn't particularly want to go into programming or anything. I wanted to use those skills, you know, and I had that and my love for like game design and stuff. So I wanted to go into that, you know. My parents weren't so keen on the idea because they'd heard that the industry can be like really exploitative because you know people are working for their passion. So they want to be doing this work. So you don't necessarily need to pay them as much and they end up working some like horrendous hours, you know.
yeah, that is
Um
true.
so I ended up starting a undergrad degree in multimedia design, which is sort of like yeah, it's like graphic design but for digital, you know. Basically doing app design, video editing, animation and stuff.
So you did
And
like
then yeah,
After Effects, Premiere Pro, or like did you do also like 2D animations a little bit or something? But or did you mainly do yeah, no, only VFX or only 3D modeling?
it was a super general degree, hey. Like we did a little bit of everything.
Mm.
Like I did a little bit of 2D animation, like frame by frame. I was pretty crap at it, if you remember. But
I mean, I still what was the animation called again? Humanoid, like the animatic.
yeah.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I do. I'll forward it to you if you like, and then you
Uh,
can
yeah,
do that.
yeah. I'm definitely going to put it like on the screen.
Okay, awesome. Now that feels good, dude. I did like some basic 2D stuff. A lot of you know that sort of really basic animation that you do in After Effects.
Animatic.
Yeah, sort of animatics. You do it for like app explainer videos and stuff like that. It's very commercialized animation. Yeah, I did a lot of that. And then a lot of 3D for stuff like product showcases. So like you'll 3D model watches, phones, yeah, anything, shampoo bottles to be used in ads and stuff. And that's where I got sort of my first professional training in 3D. I'd been doing it since I was about 14, 15, informally in Blender, trying to make video games. But it was only when I was about, yeah, 21 that I started getting formal training. But at that point, I knew the software pretty well and I was pretty well grounded. When I got the opportunity to go to Luca, I actually didn't want to do multimedia design. I wanted to do something cooler and a little bit more creative, you know? Like and that's when I saw the animation for film, which we ended up doing together.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I remember like his process phase of like humanoid. Like it was very interesting because like most of our students are like 2D animators, and they were like one. I think no one was 3D, but mostly like stop motion and stuff. I think you were the only one, in my class that did like 3D. Oh no,
Yeah,
no, oh no! I think Tristan as well. If Tristan was also in my
yeah,
class.
yeah. Tristan also did 3D, and what was his name? Dirk.
Uh,
He did the one with the drug addict falling onto a mattress, if you remember.
it's been quite a few years. I don't remember all the names.
Yeah, it's been a while, dude. No stress. He was the dude who was super into Smash Bros.
Ah, Dick.
Yeah, yeah.
He did like I think it was also like his first time doing like on Cinema 4D.
Yeah, no, it's Cinema 4D. It's a cool program and it's like quite streamlined and easy to learn compared to something like Blender. But I find Blender to be like way more robust, hey? Like
Especially like it has like a lot of like updates and stuff. And the interface before like the big change has happened. Like finally it's like a little bit like user friendly now, because like I remember like when the first time downloaded Blender, I was like very confused. I was like, okay, what's the menu? What's the play? Why is right click selecting? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, no, that was the pits, hey. Like it was the super early Blender, like 2.4. That shit was unmanageable, hey. It was rough.
I'm surprised like that you managed to like work around it as like 14-year-old, and now on your oh, what age are you now?
I'm 23.
Damn, like the fact like I'm pretty sure you had like like the patience of a saint like working in Blender.
No, we threw a lot of stuff around here. But at least I wasn't working it out by myself. Like my friend, he's a robotics engineer now, actually. Like he
Mm.
didn't end up going into that field. He still uses some of the 3D stuff that we learned together back then. But yeah, yeah, we worked it out together. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself, even with all the YouTube tutorials. I wouldn't have had the patience, eh?
So I want to ask, like, after like you experimenting with Blender and stuff, do you still like make films, or you work now in a company now for VFX and stuff, which I'm actually very proud
Uh,
of you that you managed to get a job in this very very hard pandemic.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I work for a digital media company in South Africa. It's like a really small startup company. It started up last year, but we've already got some pretty big clients. Like my boss was running a agency in Dubai, but then when COVID whacked him, it just sort of closed down. He moved back to South Africa, started up again fresh. I got in early, and yeah, he's pretty well known in the industry, which is how we've ended up doing a lot of BMW's retail work. Like I did the X3 and 3 Series and Zanzi edition. That was cool. Like we actually took the cars out and filmed them and stuff. A bit scary because it was in Johannesburg inner city, which is like notoriously dangerous. Super expensive cars and these sketchy roads. But it was cool. The graffiti was awesome. The shoots were great. I do a good amount of that kind of stuff. Like it's very commercial, but it's a lot of video work, some VFX stuff. I'd say the most VFX stuff I do is for Dell, like 3D models of computers and stuff, all the parts, keys. A lot of that they also have set up. So then I'll set up something cool with their 3D model, for example. We're actually also doing a lot of work for some of the big private schools, which is a surprisingly big sector because schools typically have terrible marketing. And at the moment, because of COVID, they're struggling, hey? Like, at least in South Africa, our economy took a huge knock. So, like, even the richest of the richest are like, do we really want to send our, our kids to a private school? Public schools are kind of cheap. And yeah, they've got huge advertising budgets. So yeah, we're printing money off of that. It's been fun. It's not as creative, and it's not nearly as flexible as I think working in film would be, but it's stable and there's a good amount of work, so I'll take what I can get here.
Was it like the first time you worked with the camera, or did you like do an internship at that place? or how did you manage to get in the job?
I just did an interview. Hey, like I was job hunting for about 6 months. COVID sort of whacked us hard.
Yeah, I can agree on
And
that.
yeah, it was hard, but I got there. I met this dude. He was cool. I showed him my portfolio, and he was like, "Yeah, cool." And it's been it's been fun. Like he'll just find me a random project I've never done anything with before. Like that BMW shoot was my first actual video shoot, like with proper cameras and stuff. And he was just like, "Cool, this is kind of how you do it. Go."
So you were doing the job and while simultaneously interning a bit.
Oh man, it was scary, dude. I was holding a camera worth more than my life that I barely knew how to operate.
How many zeros is that camera?
Too many zeros, bro. How much was it? It was, I think, for that day, it was 60,000 rand to
Oh
rent
my
cameras, which
god.
is, I'd say, it's probably about 4,000 euros for a day rental. I couldn't pay that back, dude. You best believe I had that thing tied to me.
You had like straps on your arm, like in case like if you dropped it, like you know those like V game strap.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Although I had one of those, the stabilization vests where you sort of mount the thing to your back. It's kind of like a vest with a pole that comes up over your head like a flag from your back, and then the camera hangs down from the pole in front of you to stabilize it.
So it's not like
And
a gimbal.
it's it's kind of like a gimbal, but a gimbal that's strapped to your back.
So you're the stand. So,
Yeah, and they had me doing some stunt driving as well, which was also cool and also terrifying.
so you get to drive the cars.
Yeah, which is wild because I don't know if you've ever seen my car, a tiny little hatchback, and these cars were much bigger, dude. Like so much bigger and so much more powerful. Oh man, it was scary. They're so damn cool though. I had a great time with it. You know when you push down the pedal and you feel like you're in Fast and Furious.
uh, F is for family.
Ready to launch this car into space, dude, and fight Vin Diesel on the moon. One thing that I didn't sort of expect was exactly how much bureaucracy and corporate bullshit like sort of happened behind the scenes. The pitching, the constant micromanaging, turnaround times for a brief. Like I have about a day to send something out, like from beginning to end. The money involved is also a bit wild. As a student, I was involved in a couple of like really small, low budget productions and stuff. These dudes will throw a bar at it no problem. Like it's wild.
How long have you been working in that company?
I think about 8, 9 months now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, coming up on a year reasonably soon. I think I'll probably stick with them for the next 2 years at least. Like, South African labor laws are kind of dicey. I won't lie. And a lot of places aren't above making you work like a 65 to 85-hour work week. And this place isn't making me do that. So I'm pretty happy there for now, especially.
Just how was your experience in Belgium? Like, did you enjoy it? Like for the 1 year?
Yeah, I really liked it, dude. Like,
I mean, in a sense,
um,
you also like learned a bit of like storytelling from the teachers and stuff.
I did, and it's actually helped me a lot, hey. Even in the sort of average advertising job I've sort of got now, PR and storytelling. Well, PR is an application of storytelling, should I say. And for just the shitty explainer videos and the occasional cool thing I actually get to make, the storytelling has made a big difference to me. It's probably actually the biggest takeaway from my whole trip there.
I mean,
So yeah,
that's a good thing that you learned something from this.
yeah, I got to meet cool people. Like you and Tristan were probably the coolest that I met there.
Oh,
Oh,
also.
yeah, that was a good time. So much beer, so much nice beer.
I mean, uh, I don't drink alcohol myself, but it must be nice for you.
Yeah, nah, that was cool.
Alright. So, anyways,
Yeah.
thanks for accepting this interview. I mean, it's also like a bit of a reunion myself with William.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's been great, dude. It's been super nice catching up with you again.
thanks for coming to the Animation Club podcast. I'm your host Anil Hussain, and with my guest William Rawlings. And
Yeah,
I hope I get to see you soon on the next episode. probably with the same gang again, or with a different topic this time, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye.
Cheers.